Hey church family, this is Pastor Joe, and I'm coming to you to give you a little overview of the book of Matthew. We finally made it to the New Testament in our Read the Book project, and I'm so excited to begin looking at some of the Gospels. This is actually one of the earliest Gospels we have. In fact, it's used more than any other Gospel in the early church writings and teachings. And part of that is because this Gospel is laid out with an intentionality that you can almost miss if you're not looking for it. You see, Matthew wanted to make sure that he presented Jesus as three main things. First, as the Messiah King. Secondly, he wanted us to see Jesus as being God with us. Thirdly, he wanted us to see Jesus as the perfect teacher, the absolute fulfillment of the law. And so he does that by laying out very specific narrative sections of the gospel and then ending each one of those sections with a block of Jesus' teaching. In fact, he systematically lays out these blocks of teaching in order to paint a picture of what the coming kingdom of Jesus and of heaven was going to look like. And each one of those teachings ends with this phrase, that when Jesus had finished saying these things. And so I want you to look for that phrase and to notice that when you see that, that means that you've just finished one of those main blocks of teaching that Matthew wanted us to hear and wanted us to see. There are a few other things that I want you to look for. I want you to look for the progressions in the sermons, the progressions in Jesus' teaching throughout this gospel. Secondly, I want you to look for the continual tension that Matthew paints between Jesus and the religious establishment that was around him. You're going to see that from the very beginning of the book all the way through the end of the book. Finally, I want you to look for how Matthew shows this clear concern for the Gentiles and that they would believe in Jesus and come to Jesus. I hope you enjoy reading this gospel. I'm going to post a video tomorrow that's going to go a whole lot more in depth to how the Gospel of Matthew is structured. So if you'd like to know more, be looking for that video from the Bible Project, and I hope you have a great time reading. See you later, church family.